it's me, Dexter. So this is Unit 8, 정보와 사회. So Koreans are really sensitive about this. Maybe Korean, I'm also Korean, so maybe we are proud of that. The Korea is 정보와 사회. 정보와 사회 means 정보 is information and blah blah 화 is eyes. For example, 국제화 is international wide. So informationalized society. It means information technology. So when Koreans they describe their country, we usually say IT 강국. 강 is strong, 국 is country. So IT strong country. So when you meet Koreans, so maybe you guys are every day meeting Koreans, so Korean love to hear that the 한국은 IT 강국이에요. So try to use it. So Unit 8 is information society, and the vocabularies are things to do by internet and smartphone. Smartphone means cell phone, but yeah, in a long time ago, we Korean use 핸드폰. I know that could be the Konglish, but smartphone itself is because what kind of smartphone are you using? Samsung. But I'm also using Apple, so anyway. So smartphone is another trend, so just smartphone is smartphone. And the usage is, have you heard it is true? And second usage is to do A and B simultaneously at the same time. So activities are here, cultures are here. So this is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Line. We don't use it in common. Some people use it, but when I went to Thailand, they use the Line a lot. But when it compared to Korea, we only use KakaoTalk. And Line, some people use it. And Netflix. And this is like a symbol of Android, right? But I don't know exactly about it. I love the Samsung, but I also love the Apples. So usually I took my Apple Watch in here, but I felt a little bit guilty that I'm Korean, but I'm not using Samsung. So at this moment, I'm not using the Apple Watch. So let's quickly check the vocabulary here. Internet portal site. So portal site is a kind of, in Korean we say 검색 engine. So 검색하다 is index or search. Engines are engine. Yeah, we Korean use Naver a lot. Naver, Daum, and nowadays more and more people are using Googles because some people say Naver and Daum are manipulated by some other groups, but the Googles there is maybe neutral. So, but Naver is the main portal and Daum is also the second biggest because of the KakaoTalk. KakaoTalk and Daum are same company. They emerged as one. So KakaoTalk is also important part in Korean informational society, and Google and smartphone chatting. Chatting is chat, app is application. So 대화하다 is actually conversation, and talk is 이야기하다, but it's a similar meaning. And 사진 is picture, 동영상 is a video, 전송하다 is sending, and 단톡방을 만들다. 단톡. So 단 is 단체 as group, and 톡 is a KakaoTalk. So group KakaoTalk chat room. That is 단톡방. 단톡방. It's kind of group chat. Yeah. 단톡방을 만들다. So SNS is social network service. So writing, picture, video를 upload, 올리다. 댓글 is comment. So 댓글을 we post, hang, 달다. 댓글을 달다. So SNS, some people just like me who someone familiar with English. I just say the SNS, but some who don't want to using English like a North Korean, or someone who major in national language, not the Korean language, they say 사회관계망 서비스, something like that. And 동영상 is a video, movie. 재생 is playing. Site is site. So maybe it's a streaming site. So 동영상을 see, 보다, watch, 보다. 동영상을 upload, 올리다. 드라마, 영화를 보다. Netflix, YouTube, and this November, Disney Plus are coming, launched in Korea. So Here, number 2, 여러분은 인터넷에 접속해서 주로 무엇을 해요? What are you doing when you are 접속 is connecting to the internet? What you do when after you're connecting? So usually in the internet, what you do usually? So 검색창. 창 is a 창문, like a window. So search window에 검색어 is a word or vocabulary input, typing out. And 회원가입 itself is a registration. So 회원 is a member, 가입하다 is join. And 개인정보 is personal information. 개인 is a single person or private, and 정보 is information. So personal information 이용 is use, utilize. 에 동의, agree. And 사진 동영상을 download is download. What the North Koreans people are saying for download? I want to know that, but I don't know. So 필요하다 is necessary. 필요한 자료, necessary data를 복사 is copy, and save is 저장, and 정보 is information. 다른 사람, others, other persons. share, those are vocabulary. So let's check it by question item. 채팅 앱, chat application. So 단톡방을 만들다. SNS, follow를 하다. 인터넷 포털 사이트, search, 정보를 검색하다. 동영상 재생 사이트는 드라마, 영화를 watch, see, 보다. Number 1, 인터넷상에서 요즘 뜨고 있는 rising, popular, 뜨고 있는 동영상을 download 한다. So 뜨고 있는 is hot, trend, new trend, brand new. That is 뜨고 있는 동영상. Like my video. Maybe someday my video would be the 뜨고 있는 동영상. Could you help me? Okay, first a joke. And number 2, 요즘 시간이 날 때 when I have free time, SNS로 친구와 자주 공유한다. 친구와 사진을 friend picture share would be more appropriate rather than 저장한다 is save. Number 3, Wi-Fi. So yeah, when I went to another country, like especially for Europe, they say Wi-Fi, something like that. But in Korean and America, we say Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi 상태, state가 좋지 않아서 파일을 전송하지 못했다. The file is a file. We say sending, 전송하지 못했다. 접속하다. Here, we never say 파일을 접속하다. 인터넷에 접속하다. Something like that. So file, we think that there is a file. We send it out. So 파일을 전송하지 못했다. Number 4, 인터넷 사이트의 인터넷 사이트 회원, member. To become a member. 개인정보 이용, using the personal information에 동의, you need to agree to use your own personal information for a certain purpose. So 동의 is answer. 신청하다 is apply. So in thinking of English, it could be right, but 개인정보 이용에 동의, 개인정보 동의, 개인정보 동의 is a collocation. 개인정보 이용을 신청해야 된다. Just the meaning could be right, especially when we think of the English is applied for using personal information. It's correct, but yeah, this language is Korean, so 개인정보 동의 is 99% sure. So come together. 개인정보 동의. Number 5. 과제 is assignment, homework. 필요한 자료, necessary data를 to find. 인터넷 search engine에 검색어를 입력했다. 입력하다 is input. Is actually translation is input. So searching out, googling or neighboring, we say. So the answer need to be number 2. So next up, let's see the number 3 here. 거리 곳곳, here and there, everywhere. CCTV is CCTV because of the CCTV 사람들이 사생활 침해를 받을 위험이 크다. There is a big danger that would invade the one's personal life. 침해하다 is invade. 사생활 is a private life. So the answer need to be 사생활 침해 is the answer. Number 2, 인터넷 게시글에 달린 악성 댓글로 피해를 보는 사람이 많아지고 있다. 댓글 is comment and 악 is evil, devil. So bad comment, evil comment. We say 악성 댓글. So yeah, nowadays in Korea, many people are suffering from the bad comment. So it is also sensitive topic. Number 3, 최근 nowadays 유명한 famous 온라인 구직 사이트, 온라인 job recruit 사이트에서 개인 정보, personal information이 대량 massive 유출되다. It's leakage. So massive leakage of personal information in the online job recruit site. Number 4, 2번 this 설문조사 survey의 응답자 responser 중 절반 이상의 청소년들이 반 is half, so 절반 이상 more than half 청소년 adolescents이 인터넷 중독인 것으로 나타났다. It appears in this survey, it appears that more than half of adolescents are internet 중독. 중독 is addiction, so internet addiction appear in this survey. Number 5, 1인 방송. 1, like me, one person 방송, one person broadcasting이 increase, 증가하면서 사실이 확인되지 않은, 사실 is a fact, 확인하다 is check, so not fact check, 확인되지 않은 가짜 뉴스 is a fake news, 가짜 뉴스가 만들어지고 있다. There's more and more of fake news because of first person media which is not fact checked. Wow, I speak English well, right? So number 4, number 1, 스마트폰의 사용과 함께 가족 간의 대화. 가족 is family, 간 is inter. So inter family members conversation이 점차 gradually maybe decrease, 저하되다 is the answer, or 단절되다 is stop. So it could be 대화도 점차 저하되다, 단절. I think this 단절되다, stop, is more appropriate. Like you're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think if I become a student, I think 단절되다 is more appropriate. 대화도 점차 저하되다. It could be, but I think the 단절되다 is more appropriate. Number 2, 최근 SNS 상에서 블라블라 상에서 on the SNS 채팅 앱, 채팅 애플리케이션이 범죄에 악용되는 사례가 발생하다. 용 is 사용, is use, 악 is devil. So 악용되다 is abuse, misuse of. So just chatting app as using misuse as for criminal. 의 사례 is case가 발생하고 있다. occur. Number 3, 연구 결과에 따르면 according to research result, 인터넷 게임을 많이 하는 아이일수록 집중력이 저하되다. Yeah, 저하되다 here is more appropriate. Sorry. So 인터넷 게임을 많이 하는 아이일수록 the child 집중력 is a concentration, focusing ability, concentration이 저하되다. 저하되다 is a drop, decline. So drop of the concentration ability. The child who more do internet game. According to recent research. Number 4, 일부 사람들은 some people SNS에 나오는 다른 사람들의 화려한, is brilliant, 화려한 일상, daily life를 부러워하면서 envy, 자신의 삶이 무기력해지다. 무기력해지는 경험을 한다. 무기력. So 무 is nothing, 기 is energy, and 력 is power. So yeah, just comparing to other person's life in the SNS. So when we, especially I am in the sad mood, but I'm so sad, but other people on the SNS is so happy. In that case, we say 무기력해지다. 무 is nothing, empty. 기 is energy, so empty energy, and 력 is power. So 무기력해지는 경험을 한다. That could be the answer. So let's jump up the usage. First usage is 는다면서요. 는다면서요. So 다른 사람에게 들은 내용을 listening by other person, 상대방, the opponent, the talker에 확인하듯이 as if checking을 물을 때 사용한다. So our Jennifer translate is this is used as have you heard, is it true? Yeah. Good guessing, Jennifer. To ask as if something heard from the other source is correct. 한다면서요? Yeah. So 다음 달에 친구들과 여행을 간다면서요? 이렇게. 요즘 매일 퇴근 후에 요가를 배운다면서요? Yeah. So here is the Jennifer's English. She's from the England, so it's correct. So to distinguish this usage when there is 받침 exists at the verb, we say 는다면서요. Or there is no 받침 in the verb or 리을 받침, we say 은다면서요. So 동 is a verb here, verb, and 형 is adjective. So when there is adjective, regardless of 받침 exists or not, we say 다면서요. And here's our exception. And 엄청 is much. I'm going to take a little change in our usage section. So yeah, I believe that you guys do it by yourself, but this video is not the real time matter. So I just believe you and I'll just show you the answer here. 는다면서요. So check the answer. And especially for the star mark is exceptional thing. And number 2, also there is 1, 2, 3, 4 answer need to be here. So vocabulary you might be difficult is 평가 is test, 시험. 중간 평가 is the middle test. 1등으로 합격했다면서요. Koreans always love the ranking number 1. So let's move on number 3. Here's the answer here. So let's check the vocabulary here. 새로 입사한 직장. 직장 is company. 새로 is new. Newly. 입사. 입 is enter, like 입구. So 입사 is enter the new company. 근무 조건, working condition도 좋고, blah blah blah. 결혼식 is a wedding. 친구가 권해서, 권하다 is 권장하다, recommend. And 쇼핑 사이트니까 특별 세일 하고 있잖아. Sale is English, but more appropriate English is discount. But sale is, yeah, I don't know because I'm not the native English speakers, but I think as I heard, there's more English speaker also using sale. It's like a discount. So here's the answer. Check it out. Next usage is blah blah 을겸. So it is a super colloquial language. In the strict formal written language, I try not to use it, but when I speak it out, and especially for your test speaking matter, it is good to use it and not that difficult usage. 어떤 행동을 하는 목적이 2가지 이상. 목적 is purpose of certain act is 이상, more than 2. So your certain act has more than 2 purposes. So used to show 2 different things that occur in the same place to do A and B. Okay? So when there is 받침 exists, we say 을겸, no 받침 or 리을 받침, 리을겸. So here's the vocabulary. 자격증 is certificate, 따다 is 자격증을 따다. We use it together as collocation. So get the certificate. 꾸준히 is consistently, and 사고방식, the way of thinking. So here, 자격증을 따다, get a certificate. We use a lot as collocation. And 수다 is chat, like Twitter. 한국 사람들의 사고방식을 배우다 is learning Koreans the way of thinking. So always Koreans are thinking about the competition and fast maybe. So let's check it by question item here. So here's the chart here. So actually this one is your job. So take your time and writing down. So I'm pretty sure the person who did it by yourself got a good score and passed the test easily, and someone who just studied by eyes could. Okay, you guys also passed the test, but I hope you do it by yourself by taking your own time. Answer here from 1 to 4. Here is the answer, and 3. Here is the answer. So let's check it shortly about the difficult vocabulary. 주민 center is a civilian center. So usually language center, it means in Korean language learning or making Korean food. 중고거래 is a second-hand trading. So usually we say 중고나라 or 당근, carrot, 당근 market. We use a lot 중고거래, second-handed product. 봉사활동 is volunteering. 출근하다 is commute, go to company and come to house, commute. And 자동차 is a vehicle, cars, and 자전거 is a bicycle. The 중고거래 is second-hand product trading. So speaking section, so the vocabulary 악용하다 is 우리를 편리하게 해주는 과학실 때로는 악용, misuse, abuse, abusing is 악용하다. 판단하다 is judging and select. And 유출되다 is leak. 심각하다 is serious. 한국은 최근 출생률, the birth rate, 이 decline 줄어들어서 serious, 심각한 문제가 되고 있어요. Yeah, also serious problem in Korea. And here, 가짜 뉴스 is fake news. 악성 댓글 is evil, bad comment. 고통받는, suffering, 연예인, celebrity. 운전 중, while driving, smartphone use, 교통사고, car accidents increase. 스마트폰 사용 시간, time of using smartphone 증가, increase. 중독, addiction problem could be serious. Let's jump to listening section here. internet 은행. So internet 은행 is an internet bank. So we say internet banking. Internet banking. It's English, not Korean, but we use internet banking. So the number 2, 두 사람은 무엇에 대한, what are two person are talking about, and number 2 and 3. So let's see the script. But you need to listen by yourself alone, right? Promise me. So 애나 씨 어제 뉴스를 보니까 은행 고객들의 개인 정보가 유출됐다면서요. Bank customers' personal information leakage 됐다면서요. 네, 저도 그 뉴스 봤어요. 저도 은행의 계좌 is account. I have that bank account, so I'm not worried about it. 저도 마찬가지예요. Me too. 통장 번호. 통장 is a bank book. bank book number, contact, address 등이 모두 all leakage 유출됐다고 하는데 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? 확인해 주래. 은행에서 bank 곧 순 입장 발표. 입장 is their position, their opinion을 represent 발표할 것 같아요. 그런데 도대체 누가 who 그런 짓 those bad thing을 했을까요? 도대체 누가 what the heck, so what the be, something like that. So 도대체 누가 그런 bad 나쁜 짓을 했을까요? 보통 usually hacker 같은 사람이 개인 정보를 leakage or steal 유출해서 돈을 번다. earning money, getting money. 요즘은 인터넷 덕분에 thanks to internet 생활이 너무 편리한 대신에 our life is so convenient. Instead of what, but 이런 개인정보가 유출될 가능성, possibility of leakage of personal information이 있어서 너무 I'm nervous, 불안해요. 맞아요. 인터넷 쇼핑몰에 개인정보만 입력, just input, just typing one's personal information in the internet shopping mall. 또 스팸 문자, it's a spam, is spam. 스팸 메시지가 계속 오고 광고, is commercial, advertisement. calling 전화도 계속 consistently coming 와서 너무 귀찮아요. It's so bad. So 개인정보를 입력할 때 when I enter, when I use, when I put my personal information 진짜 for real 조심, curious, care about 것 같아요. So 두 사람은 개인정보 관리 is managing personal information. So that is the answer. And number one, 악성 댓글 is a bad comment. 중독 is addiction. So it's 운전 중 스마트폰 사용 문제. So using smartphone while driving. So number two, 어제 뉴스에서 은행 고객 customers 통장 번호, bank book number, 연락처 contact 주소. Here's the answer. So number one, 애나 씨는 은행에서 통장을 만들지 않았다. Nope. 애나, 저도 은행에 계좌가 있는데요. I have bank account. It means she has the bank book. 통장을 만들지 않았다. Nope, she already had the bank account. Number two, 해커들은 개인정보를 유출해서 돈을 벌 수 있다. Hackers, by leakage the one's personal information, they could earn the money. 해커 같은 사람들은 유출해서 돈을 번다고 해요. It's O. And number three, 인터넷 쇼핑몰에 개인정보를 이용해 스팸 문자가 온다. 이용하다 is using internet shopping mall's personal information. There's coming spam message. Yeah. 가입해도 스팸 문자가 계속 오고. Here is the answer is correct one. So vocabulary 입장. Here just two meaning, but in here 입장 is position or situation. But another meaning is 입장 is entrance. But here 은행의 입장 or Dexter의 입장. Dexter's position, Dexter's situation is 입장, and hacker is hacker. So waiting section, let's quickly check the vocabulary. 저하되다 is decrease. So 운동 부족, lack of the workout, exercise. 체력이 저하되다, decrease. And 무기력하다. So 무 is empty energy and power. 무기력해지다. 그 사람은 인생, life, 여러 번, many times, failure. After experience many failure in his life, he become 무기력해지다. 기억력, 기억 is a memory, 력 is a capacity. So your capacity to memorize. 거북목. So 목 is your neck, 거북 is turtle. So think about how's turtle's neck? Like this one. So because of many using the screen or computer, we become this one is 거북목. And 증후군 is a syndrome. 의존성 is dependency. And 익명성. 익 is no. 명 is your name. 성. So anonymity. 익명성 is anonymity. So it's a common feature of internet is anonymity. 익명성. 인터넷에서는 익명성 뒤에 숨어서 hide behind the anonymity in the internet. 악성 댓글, bad comment 다는 사람들이 많아요. So 다음은 인터넷과 스마트폰 사용에 나타나는 다양한 problems by using lots of internet and smartphone. So 이러한 문제가 나타나는 원인. What is causes of this symptom? So 시력 is your eyesight. 시력이 저하되다. Maybe 장시간 사용, long time use. So 의존성 is dependency, 익명성 is anonymity, and 장시간 사용, long time using. hacking is hacking. 인터넷을 사용할 수 없으면 무기력해진다. It's 의존성, dependency. 기억력이 떨어지다. It's a long time use. 스마트폰에 중독에 빠지다. long time use. 개인정보가 유출되다. leakage of personal information. hacking. 가짜 뉴스가 많아지다. fake news because of anonymity. and 악성 댓글, 악플. Yeah, 악성 댓글, 투엉. So we say 악플, 악플. 악플 comes from anonymity. And 거북목 증후군, turtleneck syndrome, because of long time use. So before we start with section, let's check the vocabulary shortly. 손 씻다, 씻다 is easy. 노출되다 is usually exposure, but the personal information leakage is more appropriate. 지나치다 is too much. 유용하다 is useful. 단절되다 is stop. 소홀하다 is negligent. And 사생활 is a personal privacy. So the answer needs to be find the 제목 is title. And 스마트폰의 장점, what is benefit of smartphone, and ONX. So let's see sentence by sentence. 스마트폰은 손 안에, in your hand 안에 있는 컴퓨터와 같다. Smartphone is like same as computer in your hand. So we say 핸드폰. 스마트폰 하나만 있으면 just single smartphone. 사진 촬영, take a picture, take a video, and 음악 듣기, listen to music. Everything is possible. TV와 라디오 시청. Radio 시청. Okay, so 시청 is first meaning 시청 is a city hall, but here 시청하다 is a watch. So television 시청 we use a lot, but 라디오 시청, 라디오 청취 we use it, but anyway, so 라디오. Okay, so 텔레비전과 라디오 시청, game is game, 인터넷 사용 등 etc. 못할 것이 없다. There's nothing you cannot do. It means you can do everything easily by just single smartphone in your hand. 유럽에 있는 친구와 영상 통화. 영상 is a video, 통화 is call. Video call to the friend in the Europe 하면서 안부를 물을 수 있고, can ask about how are you, 안부를 물을 수 있고, 사진을 picture, 즉시 instantly를 directly 전송할 수도 있다. 직장에서는 company, 연락도 할 겸 contact, and 서로 의견, each other's opinion을 exchanging, opinion exchange 할 겸 is target usage. 단체 카톡방, 그룹 챗, 카톡방을 만들기도 한다. 이메일 주고받기는 기본이고, just sending and receiving email is a basic thing. 영화 보기도, watching movie could be easily we can do by smartphone. 스마트폰을 통해 by smartphone. 인터넷 뱅킹, 인터넷 뱅킹도 possible, 가능하기 때문에 손쉽게, conveniently, easily 은행 일을 보다. So it means 은행 일 is work, 보다. So do just banking work을 easily, 손쉽게 보기도 한다. So this would be the benefit of smartphone. So next paragraph would be 그러나 is however. 스마트폰으로 대부분 일을 해결할 수 있지만 you can solve every work by smartphone 있지만 잘 관리하지 않으면 well 관리 is managing. In here maybe more controlling 하지 않으면 여러 문제점 many problem이 occur 발생한다. So first paragraph gotta be dealing with the advantage, and the second paragraph is disadvantage or problems. 또 발생한다. First, 먼저 스마트폰의 obsessive, too much, 지나친 사용으로 중독에 빠지다. Addicted into 중독. So 중독에 빠지다. 중독에 빠지다. Addicted into smartphone 중독. 중독에 빠지다. Deep into addiction. Something like that. 스마트폰이 없을 때 no smartphone. There is no smartphone in your hand. 불안해서 nervous. So 일이나 공부에 work or study에 집중할 수 없으며 you cannot focusing on, you cannot concentrate on your work or study when you don't have smartphone. It is 중독, is addiction. 스마트폰으로만 대화하기 때문에 only conversation talking by smartphone. 이웃뿐만 아니라 neighborhood, not only neighborhood but also family가도 대화가 stop. There no more conversation between family. Not only neighbor but also your family member. There is a stop of conversation. So blah blah 수밖에 없다. It's cannot help but. So cannot help but no talking between not only neighbor but also family member, between family members. 스마트폰을 분실 is lost. 스마트폰을 분실하거나 해킹을 당하면 being hacked by others, 개인정보 유출, personal information leakage이라는 심각한 문제, serious problem이 occur, 생긴다. 사진, picture, 비디오 등의 사생활, privacy가 leak, 노출되어 bad effect, 나쁜 영향을 끼칠 수도 있다. 아무리 유용한 것도 no matter useful it is, 관리가 소홀하면 there is a neglect of control, neglect of manage, 피해가 생길 수밖에 없다. Cannot help but there is damage if you cannot control the smartphone. 관리를 소홀하면 neglect the managing, neglect the control. So the title is 장단점. 장점 is advantage, 단점 is disadvantage. So pro and cons of the smartphone, something like that. Number one, 스마트폰으로 하는 일, things to do by smartphone. Nope. Yeah, it is a good, but not for title. And 스마트폰의 문제점. It's the second paragraph, not the title. 스마트폰으로 인한 피해. It's also, this one is a second paragraph, and this one is, I don't know. And the, number three could be the best for title, whole title. Number two, benefit is 동영상 촬영, 은행 일 보기. Yeah, this in the textbook. So on the passage you can check it easily. And number three, 최근 스마트폰으로 영상 통화를 하는 사람이 급증했다. So 유럽에 있는 친구와 영상 통화를 하면서 안부를 물을 수 있고. So 급증하다 is rapidly increase, but in here we don't know. So 영상 통화, video call in here, the friend in Europe, we take a video call, but there is no mention about rapidly increase. So the answer need to be X. Number two, 사람들은 은행에 가는 것보다 스마트 뱅킹을 선호한다. We don't know. It's not mentioned in the passage. Yeah, if you don't read the passage, the sentence could be right, but not in the above the passage. So answer need to be X. And number three, 개인정보 유출 문제는 사용하는 사람에게 원인이 있다. The causes of the personal information leakage is come from the user. It might be, but in the passage, 해킹을 당하면 개인정보 유출을 하신 것. So in the passage, they are using the loss of smartphone or the hackers, or the eye being hacked by hackers. So 사용하는 사람. So if you lost your smartphone, it is your problem caused by you. But how about the hacking? It's also maybe I don't use the vaccine, so software vaccine, something like that. But this one is they say the answer is X. So it is a not good question. So yeah, just check the vocabulary here, and just number 1 and 2 is a good answer and good question. But number 3, it is not X, is a question mark. So anyway, and especially for 3, I don't know. But the model answer, they say X. So cultural note is 스마트폰과 application is app. So we use KakaoTalk a lot, and China use the WeChat, and Vietnamese or Thailand use Line and Band, blah blah blah. So just check it out. There's no difference in this cultural note. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you next class. Bye bye.